I know folks say, oh, they're just cleaning up this place because all those fancy leaders are coming into town. That's true, because it's true. But it's also true, for months and months and months prior to APEC, we've been having different conversations.
It's true, because it's true.
Is that your
and
answer
that's a fact.
to President Biden?
All right, welcome back. That, of course, is California Governor Gavin Newsom admitting the reasons for San Francisco's massive cleanup ahead of the big meeting between President Biden and China's Xi Jinping on Wednesday. But check this out. Have you seen this? Metal barriers, those right there, are now being installed around the area. San Francisco with barriers. Denise, this is your hometown.
Democrat Governor Gavin Newsom there, impossible candidate to represent the DNC for the next presidential run for the White House. Well, if we ever get a chance to have another president, that is. And what he did there should scare you to death. Yeah, it should. It should frighten you. It should frighten all of us. What he did is something to think about. Because look, don't think that you can't wake up one day and find yourself viewed as a vagrant, useless eater that needs to be made gone. Yes, you, us, with our law-abiding citizenry, our jobs and everything, don't think, because the people that run this place are up to no good. Don't think that you can't be viewed as that one day by them. Now, since Trump has been back in the White House for the second time, I'll come on and talk about how amazed I am at how aware of things the left has become. They care about everything since January 20th, 2025. And suddenly, too, seemingly overnight. And what night was overnight? January 19th, 2025. But January 20th, 2025, they became conscious of everything concerning government corruption. Whereas before January 20th, 2025, it was hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Biden administration blowing up gas pipelines and doing other things to deliberately inflate the cost of goods and services worldwide, they didn't speak on it. Now they're speaking on the high cost of things, though. Racism and sexism within the Biden administration, they didn't see none. They see all of it now that Trump is back in office, though. Biden saying that he wants to help usher in the new world order that will enslave humanity, they didn't hear him say it.
60 million people died between 1900 and 1946. And since then, we established a liberal world order, and that hadn't happened in a long while. A lot of people dying, but nowhere near the chaos. And now is a time when things are shifting. There's going to be a new world order out there, and we've got to lead it. We've got to unite the rest of the free world in doing it. So anyway.
A few of them will hear this video, and they still won't hear him say it. They still won't hear him say it, because for 4 years, well, really since 2019, 6 years, but for 4 years with the left, it's been hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. For 4 years, the left has been attacking the Constitution, calling it trash and calling it racist and sexist, saying it's not inclusive to homosexuals, saying that it needs to be amended and scrapped or rewritten. These days, Trump makes a move against the Constitution and the left is screaming bloody murder, suggesting how dare he attack our beloved Constitution. Whereas before, like I said, it was hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil.
If you see such a need to investigate this, why didn't you raise it during the Biden administration?
That's a good
we couldn't
question.
find that you made any public comments about Epstein in previous administrations.
Well, I would have been happy to raise it then as well. Frankly, we were focused on...
You would have been happy to do it, but you didn't. What you mean you would have been happy to do it?
Well, I would have been happy to raise it then as well. Frankly, we were focused on so many different pieces,
Focused.
but
What
I
was
have
y'all
been one of
focused?
the Democrats
Wait a
that
minute,
is
hold on. Focused. Y'all was busy is what you're saying. That's what you mean by focus? Y'all was busy. Busy doing what? What was y'all busy doing? Installing tampon dispensers in the boys' bathrooms? What was y'all focused on? What was y'all focused on what? Right, making sure the First and Second Amendment were abolished? Is that what y'all was focused on?
to raise it then as well. Frankly, we were focused on so many different pieces, but I have been one of the Democrats that has been consistent on what I call out Republican presidents for and Democratic presidents for. Whether
She didn't
it
ask
is
you about them.
FISA, reforms that we need, whatever it has been, I've been pretty consistent. War powers, I've criticized Joe Biden just as I'm criticizing
Hold on,
Donald
stop.
Trump. I think
Stop.
transparency is not
Because she's
something
not.
that
Stop, because she's not asking you about this random president and that random president and calling out Biden for this and calling out Trump for that. She's asking you, why didn't you call out Biden for the Epstein thing? This is what the subject is right now, not some random set of events in history.
criticizing Donald Trump. I think transparency is not something that should happen only when you have a Republican president. It is something that we need for both Democratic and Republican presidents.
Oh, really?
So
Are you sure?
You call for more transparency earlier during the Biden administration.
Yeah,
I'm
why
just trying
didn't
to
you?
better understand why you are so intent now on calling for this.
Well, I think I gave it the same focus that I'm giving it now. We haven't.
No, you
I
didn't.
think I've released
No,
one
you ain't.
tweet on this, and you wanted to talk about it, so I'm happy to talk about it
Oh,
here.
because
but it
she
certainly
wanted to
hasn't
talk
been
about it.
the focus. I'm just responding to what I think is a massive switch from the Trump administration.
Just say y'all are only talking about it because it's Trump. Just say it.
Around this issue. My focus has been on the big bad betrayal bill, and I will continue to focus on that. But yes, I think that this information should have been released under the Biden administration. It should be released under the Trump administration.
The party that has spent the last 4 years making it lawful and legal for kids to cut off their genitalia and breast and other organs now cares about the children.
And I know you have, your party said you put out a tweet. There are other Democrats as well calling for this, and Republicans, we should note, including the Speaker of the House saying there should be more transparency. But President Trump, for his part, is just focusing, in large part, not just on Democrats. He is focusing also on his allies, but he is saying that this is BS made up by Democrats. He's calling some of his supporters weaklings for buying into it, saying he no longer wants their support. What do you make of that?
I think he's hiding something, and he's just pouring
he's
fuel
hiding
on the
something.
fire. Look, most of us didn't start calling for some of this until the president started denying that there was anything to release, until Pam Bondi denied that there was anything.
4 years of silence from the DNC, but now you're talking about hiding. 4 years of ignoring the problem, ignoring the situation. 4 years of that, but now y'all recognize what hiding looks like.
Until Pam Bondi denied that there was anything to release. And so it is the hypocrisy of this president.
Talking
as
about
he
hypocrisy.
says, all of a sudden now there's nothing that we need to deal with, when he himself has
The
called for this
DNC,
before. So I think
the
he's
Women's
just
Rights
pouring
Party,
fuel on the fire.
the party that's talking
what is
now
it that he's
is
hiding
the same
that he
party
feels the
who for
need to
4
now
years, 6
criticize
years,
his own base of people, by the
ignored
way,
an island full
Republicans,
of
as you
raped
point
and
out,
kidnapped
including
women
the
and
House Speaker, who
girls.
say, yeah, let's just release it. If there's nothing to hide, just release it. Don't make excuses by saying, why are people focusing on this? They're focusing on it because your base made it an issue. You yourself called for it, and it now looks like you are hiding something. So if you've got nothing to hide, release the files.
Okay, let's stop right there. His base, the Republican base, made it an issue, is what she said. Hence the interviewer's question. Why are y'all concerned now and not before? But the right-wing base has made it an issue for about 6 years. The question is, why didn't the Democrat base have an issue? That's the question. And did y'all catch the Freudian slip? Did y'all catch that? She said that they're only talking about it because the other side is talking about it. I.e., we don't really care is what she's saying. She inadvertently dropped dime on the whole party, constituents and all. Hence the interviewer's question. Why are y'all only concerned now?
He has said that he was briefed by Pam Bondi. He said it was short, and that he's been given no indication that he was in there. But of course, like I pointed out, both Republicans and Democrats are calling for more transparency, which is clearly irking the president. I want to get
because
your response
he's a scumbag. That's why it's irking him.
We spoke to who mentioned your name. His name is Jason Rantz, and he is arguing Democrats are acting in bad faith. So I want to make sure you can respond.
Bad faith
on the show.
Bad faith is bad faith is an understatement. It is a gross miscarriage of justice to merely call it bad faith.
They're doing it because they think it's going to create more distrust within the movement. Ultimately, I think that actually hurts them, because I don't know how many MAGA base members are going to say, yes, I support what Pramila Jayapal and Eric Swalwell are saying. I'm on their side. So actually, I think they're hurting their own cause.
How do you respond to that?
Yeah, how do you respond to that?
Well, good. Then he shouldn't worry about it. I mean, look, we're all speaking to the bases we have. It's
And
important
that's a
for
problem.
my base to hear me talk about transparency. I think I have a lot of Republicans. They come to my town
Y'all haven't been
halls, they listen to what
transparent
I
for
say.
4 years.
They don't
Y'all haven't been
necessarily,
transparent.
agree with everything I say, but they do agree on transparency, and they don't like a lot of the things that Donald Trump is doing, from kidnapping people
You
on
mean
the
like
streets
Gavin
and
Newsom did?
disappearing
You mean
them
like Gavin
to-
Newsom kidnapping and disappearing people like Gavin Newsom did when the Chinese president came to visit? And Gavin made all of those homeless people just disappear, cleaned the streets right up. And he did that twice, just because the Chinese president came to visit. You talking about that disappear? No, you're not talking about that. You're talking about immigrants, right?
Kidnapping people on the streets and disappearing them, to refusing to provide transparency around this
Transparency,
case. So,
there's that word again.
Jason and others
You know what, that's
should
enough.
feel
That's
perfectly
enough. That's
fine.
enough.
Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you.
Okay, any questions before I go on from here? Great. I really understood that well.